welcome to my home. My name is Susy V and I'm the head chef here at Gran Luchito. I'm really excited to begin with this series of cooking shows where I want to show you how easy it is to make Mexican food at home with the help of Gran Luchito. Now, with that said, let's get cooking. Welcome to my kitchen. So today we're going to be making Mexican red rice. Mexican red rice is one of those basic recipes that everybody loves in Mexico because it's very hearty and it's great for your family. So for that you're going to need 1 cup of Basmati rice, 1 cup of carrots, 1 cup of frozen peas, half an onion, 2 tomatoes, 1 garlic clove, Luchito paste of course. We're going to use a bit of the Fajita mix as well, and a cup of chicken stock. Then we're going to serve it up with a fried egg, and for that, of course, you need free-range eggs, get some creme fraiche, an avocado, some fresh chilies, and fresh coriander. Okay, so let's get this started. Hi there! So the first thing we're gonna make is a recado. Recado is basically the combination of tomatoes, garlic, and onion. And this is something that I learned from my mom and my grandma growing up. It's something that they use to give flavor to a lot of things like soup or sauces. And it's the base for the Mexican rice. So for that, I'm gonna put the onion. Just chop it roughly and put it into a baking tin. The tomatoes and the garlic, everything into the tin. And then I have my oven ready at 200 degrees. So I'm just gonna pop it in there for 20 to 25 minutes. I like putting it in the oven because it concentrates all the flavors even more. Don't worry too much about that. We can always remove it once it's lovely and cooked. Now we're gonna add a drizzle of oil, a pinch of salt, and some black pepper. And in goes into the oven. So this is how it looks when it comes out of the oven. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna blend it really smooth, and we're gonna also add a teaspoon of the Chipotle paste from Gran Luchito. So this is what's gonna make it even tastier. So let's pop all of those tomatoes, onion and garlic right in there. Let's add this teaspoon. And we're gonna blend this super smooth. I apologize about all the noise you're gonna hear now. In the meantime, I'm also gonna put this on so it's hot and ready to go. Okay, so this is ready to go. You can see it's all smooth and lovely and delicious. Now we're gonna have a recado here, and we're gonna bring in a bit of oil, add it into the pan. We're gonna heat this up, and here I got my Basmati rice already washed. So you basically put it under cold water under the tap, and until the water underneath starts running clear, then it's ready. And you do that because you want to get rid of some of the starch, so then when it's cooking, it won't go mushy, and then it just keeps the shape even better. So this one is ready. I got my oil in here, and now, so we're adding the rice into our pan, and we're just gonna give it a little fry, just slightly, and at the same time, I add the carrots. Just make sure not to burn your rice. You just want to give it a light fry And now it's time to add the avocado. So we got here a cup exactly. So rice is something that is very easy to do, but at the same time it's something you can get wrong really easily. So one thing to always remember is to use a ratio of 1:2. So if you're gonna make 1 cup of rice, add 2 cups of liquid to cook it. And that includes the avocado as well. So here I already added 1 cup of avocado into my pot. So that means now I'm left to add 1 more cup of chicken stock. You can use chicken stock, vegetable stock, whatever you prefer. Let's do that exactly. But make sure not to add more water because then your rice will be overcooked. That smells really good already. I can smell all that chipotle and the tomatoes. So we're gonna add the stock, a little bit of salt, a little bit more pepper in there, and a bay leaf that I got some here at the back. Always a bay leaf. Now just make sure that all your liquid is distributed evenly, so just give it a light stir. But then after this, you're not gonna touch your rice, okay? Trust me on this, because if you do, your rice will just get really mushy. So you want to avoid doing that. Okay, so you got everything into your pot, and now we're gonna put the lid on and not stir anymore, because otherwise your rice will become mushy. Now just let the liquid absorb, and then your rice will be ready. And it's ready here. And it's lovely and warm. And I'm gonna prepare an egg on the side to serve it up with. And I'm gonna show you how to make a quick chipotle oil to fry your egg in. So let's add a little bit of oil in there. And we're gonna add some of this smoky chipotle, about a teaspoon into the hot pan with the oil. Let's get a little spoon. So that's a quick way to do a chili oil to fry your egg with. That egg is gonna be extra special. Let's turn up the heat a little bit. I'm gonna get my eggs. I'm gonna add it into the pan. And now gently, with the eggshell, keep the egg yolk in the middle. In that way you always get that perfect egg. Right, so I'm gonna make my egg very crispy because I love crispy edges, but you make it the way you prefer. So I'm gonna move this to the side. Well, this is frying up nicely. Now we're gonna add the rice into our plate. So delicious. This honestly is like the perfect meal for any day of the week, but especially for those days when you are like super tired and you don't want to cook a massive meal. Just want to make something quick. Right, so our eggs are nearly ready. Right, so now I'm just gonna pop this onto the Mexican red rice. Now something I forgot to say is that I like to add some peas to my rice as well. And for that you just use a cup of frozen peas, but just make sure you add them just 5 minutes before your rice is ready, because there's nothing that I hate more than overcooked peas. So you just want them to cook with the steam from the rice and they'll be perfect. And I'm gonna add a few more bits in here just to make it even more delicious. So I'm just gonna add a few slices of avocado. Not need to slice this in any fancy way. It's just proper comfort food. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh chili because I love to add a little bit of extra heat in there. But if you don't like very spicy food, you don't need to add it, don't worry. And we got that chili there. That's gonna go on the top. And some fresh coriander. I cannot do without. There you go. Now just chop that roughly. Let's get a little bit of onion while we're here. I just like to add a little bit of raw onion always on my food. I just feel it adds like that crunch and perfect last touch to any meal. Especially if you're making tacos, a little bit of red onion on the top and coriander is always perfect. And now, let's not forget a little bit of creme fraiche on the top. The onion, fresh coriander, and a little bit of lime. And this is Mexican red rice with chipotle. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please do let me know if you try it. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more recipes. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future recipes. And don't forget to have a look into the Gran Luchito website for over 200 recipes. See you next time!